After the Second World War, Asian countries, which had previously been colonised, found themselves in the centre of two simultaneous conflicts: independence conflicts against former colonists and Cold War conflicts to resist the spread of international communism. This dynamic played out in a range of countries, including Malaysia, which was then the British colony of Malaya. In order to contain Chinese communist terrorism, the British had imposed a series of very harsh laws. One of those was that any person found with a firearm or ammunition without excuse was sentenced to death. Subramaniam was found by a patrol who were looking for a terrorist camp following a firefight the previous day. He was wounded in multiple places and he was wearing an ammunition belt containing 20 bullets. He was charged as a result. In his defence, Subramaniam acknowledged that he had been part of the Chinese Communist terrorist group, but claimed that he was only with the group under duress, that they had kidnapped him at gunpoint, and if he did not comply with their orders, he would be killed. The trial judge refused to allow any evidence of the threats which Subramaniam said had been made. The judge stated that any such words were hearsay unless the communists were available to give evidence. He sentenced Subramaniam to death. The case was appealed to the Privy Council, which found that the evidence was not hearsay. Their lordships said, "Evidence of a statement made to a witness by a person who is not himself called as a witness may or may not be hearsay. It is hearsay and inadmissible when the object of the evidence is to establish the truth of what is contained in the statement. It is not hearsay and is admissible when it is proposed to establish by the evidence not the truth of the statement, but the fact that it was made." In this case, it was not important whether the bandits were in fact Chinese communists as they claimed, and it was not important whether their threats were idle or genuine. If those words were said, and if Subramaniam believed them, then he was acting under duress and should have been acquitted. The Subramaniam rule that evidence of prior statements is only hearsay when the intention is to prove the truth of the statement remains one of our core evidence principles to this day.